was screaming. I was telling him to stop. It was incredibly painful. And he was acting like it was nothing. And he seemed to be disconnected from it. It was beyond belief.
There was another alleged victim that came out against P. Diddy, a male.
According to your lawsuit, you were hired by a security firm to work security at one of the infamous white parties that was thrown by Sean Combs in the Hamptons. What was that experience like?
At first, he was incredibly friendly, very gracious.
So you had a friendly chat, and then according to your lawsuit, at some point later in the night, Sean Combs himself offered you a drink. This didn't come from staff or someone holding a tray of drinks, it came from him directly.
Correct. The first drink started to have some effect on me, and I just thought, wow, these are really strong drinks. It wasn't until the second drink, and it was already too late, that I realized that there was something wrong with the drinks. Sadly, Sean Combs was waiting in the wings. He was watching from some sort of vantage point, and once I was in a helpless position and he was sure that he was in a position of power, then he took advantage of the situation.
You allege that you were forcibly pushed into an SUV by Sean Combs. That act alone, according to your lawsuit, left you in considerable pain. And then once inside the vehicle, your lawsuit says plaintiff was held down by Combs, who overpowered him while he struggled to escape due to the effects of the drugs in his system. And it goes on to say that he sodomized you.
I was screaming. I was telling him to stop. It was incredibly painful. And he was acting like it was nothing. And he seemed to be disconnected from it.
You think with this guy, he got some dates wrong or some times wrong.
Because initially when it was filed in October, there was the indication that it happened in 2007, right? Learning, however, that P. Diddy was in St. Tropez then, so it could not have happened then. So it was amended to include, right, the year after, okay?
When it comes to the dates, if you ask me the time and date my assault happened, I would not be able to tell you. I can probably tell you the year, 2003. But I cannot tell you what time or date it was, even though it was an extremely traumatic experience. I can tell you other little details, like I can tell you how I felt, I can tell you how they smelled, I can tell you what the street lights looked like when I was passed out in the back of the car. I can tell you a lot of other little details, but if you ask me what date and time it was, I won't know. And a lot of you who aren't coping understand that. Some of you who are parents who have grown-up children, you can probably remember what it felt like the first time you seen your child take a step, but can you tell me the time and date? Just because something is significant in your life doesn't mean you're going to remember the time and date. He's not the perfect victim. Fair enough, he got the time and date wrong, so fair enough that P. Diddy's lawyers are going to use that, and that's fair, right? So if it comes out that either A, they're lying, or B, it just cannot be proven, most of us believe they're guilty of something.